Welcome everyone back to part 3 of the record collection. Today we got G through K, so we got a lot of good stuff here anyway. Thank you guys for watching these videos, it means a lot. So let's dive in to part 3. First off, we got, this is a really good band. This is Godspeed You Black Emperor, F sharp, A sharp, Infinity. This is one of my favorite like indie rock, post-rock records of all time. I believe just on black standard vinyl. I mean, this band, I believe, removed all their music from, it might have been just Spotify, but it also might have been all streaming services. So physical media or also YouTube's pretty much the only way you can get these guys. But yeah, great stuff here. Really great record. I want to get the follow-up they made to this, Lift Your Skinny Fist Like Antennas to the Sky. I believe that's the title. That is a very good record. That has some great stuff on it. Sleep, that's a great song on that record. So definitely want to grab that record. And then the run that they followed that one up with. And then I know they went on a bit of a hiatus. The record they put out a couple years ago, it was just kind of meh. This is Gordon's Good by Gordon Lightfoot. This is a very great folk record, greatest hits, double record. Favorite song on this one is If You Could Read My Mind. This guy, Gordon Lightfoot's actually best known for the song The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, which came out a couple years after this compilation came out, so it's not on this record. That's probably my favorite song that he ever made. It's probably his most iconic song. But yeah, pretty solid record. Then we got, we're getting into one of my favorite bands from like years ago. Like I said, I was into ELP a couple years ago, but this is another band I was really into. Actually, hold up. That's later. This is a band that I am a fan of, but we have a prog rock band coming up. But we still have, this is a 2010, this is from 2010. This is a Plastic Beach by Gorillaz. I love this record. This is, in my opinion, their best record, alongside Demon Days. That kind of switches, though I think Plastic Beach is the more consistent record. Back cover has the gatefold. I mean, this is just a great record. So many classic songs. Welcome to the World of Plastic Beach, Rhinestone Eyes, On Melancholy Hill, Stylo, Empire Ants. I mean, this record just has so many classic songs, and in my opinion, was the last classic record they made, though I hear their new album was pretty good. Now this is the band I was talking about. Like I said in the last one, I was a pretty big prog rock fan, like 5th grade. I mean, it was really discovering a lot of classic rock for people in my family, and this was one of the bands I discovered. This is Genesis. This is Foxtrot. This is, in my opinion, the best, second best Peter Gabriel era album that they put out. I mean, this record just has so many classic songs. Watch to the Sky opens it up, and then Supper's Ready ends the record, and that is, in my opinion, their best song. I mean, that's just is one of the best prog epic long songs of all time, and yeah, so just classic record there with Foxtrot. Move these. Then we have the final. These are all out of order. So 2 years later, they put out this copy's really beat up. Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. I'm not a big fan of this record. I know this is widely regarded as one of their best. I think it's just all right. It's all beat up. I do need to get this back in the bag. I got this at like a thrift store, and it was priced really low, so that explains a lot. But yeah, I do really like this record. Some songs, I don't love it, but I do like it. Lamb Lies Down on Broadway is probably second favorite song. My favorite song is probably Colony of Slipper Men. I love that song, and yeah, so pretty solid record. Not my favorite by them, but overall, if you're into Genesis, I think you have to check this out. This is probably their most iconic piece of work. Then we have, this is a couple of Phil Collins era records. This is Wind and Wuthering. This is the second record under Phil Collins, and also the final record with Steve Hackett on it. I like this record a lot. I think it's interesting about the lyrics. I think it's definitely very like a spacey type record. I mean, this is definitely a good like relaxation record. A ton of instrumental stuff. This is really the last progressive rock record they made. Afterwards, they kind of went very pop. So again, I like this record. I know not many do. We have the record that came out before that. This is Trick of the Tail. This is the first record with Phil Collins on it. Widely regarded as one of the best by Genesis fans. I mean, I do like this record a lot. I think Dance on a Volcano is one of the greatest album openers of probably Genesis career also of all time. I mean, it's up there, probably like top 25 album openers of all time, just in terms of like tone setting. I love Squonk, I love Entangled. I think the title track's pretty great. I like Madman Moon. I mean, there's just so many great songs on this record, and it definitely does flow. And a lot of people consider this the last classic record Genesis made. Then we have this came out right after Foxtrot. This is a Genesis Live. Only 5 songs. It's only a single record, though it does have a good selection. I don't think I've ever heard this, but some selections from the previous records. So some stuff from Foxtrot, some stuff from Nursery Crime, and some stuff from Trespass. I do want to get Trespass on vinyl because I do really like that record. I think that record is very underrated. So yeah, pretty solid stuff. Also, I love the album cover with Peter Gabriel and his mask. He had some very flamboyant costumes. And then rounding out the G section in Genesis, this is my favorite Genesis record, Selling England by the Pound. A little beat up copy. You can see the ring wear. I mean, this has so many great songs. My favorite's probably Fur for Fifth. I also like Dancing with the Moon, Dancing with the Moonlit Night. I Know What You Like in Your Wardrobe is probably the most famous song on this record, just because that appears on a lot of their greatest hits. I think that song's just kind of mess. So yeah, Genesis, Selling England by the Pound. Now we don't have any H's, but we do have I, and we only have one I. This is Iron Butterfly, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. Everyone knows In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, which takes up the entire second side, but I think the first side, while it isn't as great, it has some solid stuff. But yeah, In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida is one of the great psychedelic rock pieces of the 1960s. So really, kind of like a classic record you have to obtain. Now moving to the J's, we have, I want to get more from this band, specifically Aqualung, but I do have Thick as a Brick. I'm not going to bring it out because it's kind of a hassle getting all back together, but this is, this comes in, it comes in like a newspaper type thing, as you can see, like it literally like unravels into a newspaper. I mean, but like, this record's just kind of this is a classic record. I mean, it's kind of one long piece, just only broken up by where you have to flip it over on a turntable. But this is just, it's such a classic record, and I think definitely one of their best. It's up there with Aqualung. I kind of go back and forth on that one and Aqualung. Now we're gonna go to the J's. We got some John Lennon. We have Plastic Ono Band. This is my favorite John Lennon record. When we go to the bottom, we will eventually do like CDs and cassettes and 45s, and we will do box sets because I do have the 50th anniversary of this. Because around when that came out, I was really getting into John Lennon and the solo Beatles. Like, I was a big, like 4th, 5th grade, big classic rock guy. So Beatles, Beach Boys, Stones. I was even a big Monkees guy, which I'm ashamed to admit. So yeah, John Lennon, Plastic Ono Band. This is probably my favorite. I mean, it's very raw, emotional record. Of course, Back has him as a child. So yeah, very. See, you can see the Apple Records logo. So probably I wouldn't even say my favorite like immediate like solo Beatles record. I think that goes to All Things Must Pass, and even Paul McCartney's solo record, McCartney and then Ram. Those are also some really good post breakup stuff, but this is definitely, I think, captures like the emotions of the Beatles breakup for John Fleet really well. So great record. I'd highly recommend you check that one out. Then we have a greatest hits compilation from a couple of years ago. This is Give Me Some Truth. This was in 2020. They remastered and remixed a lot of his stuff. The Lennon Estate. They've been doing that for like the albums, but this is a good way to get those songs out. This is not the 4-disc compilation that came out. This is just a simple 2-disc. We open it up to some photos. It comes on this really weird, like teal, like light blue record, like powder blue. So yeah, cyan even. So very interesting compilation. Really goes all over the place. You got a lot of his singles. You got starts with his singles. Not any. It kind of goes all over. I mean, you got some, of course, Imagine stuff. I need to get Imagine on vinyl. I used to have a copy, but I sold it. I sold a lot of my classic rock stuff, like around 7th grade. I really got into like indie rock and hip hop and a lot of like modern day stuff. So I sold a lot of my classic rock. I still kept a good amount of stuff, but nowadays, I am still like I kind of like everything now. Like I hate to be one of those guys that listens to everything, but that's pretty much me. This is a very interesting compilation. Nothing from Plastic Ono Band, from what I can see, and then nothing from. Actually, apologies. They do have one song from Plastic Ono Band, and it's not Mother, it's Isolation, and then nothing from Sometime in New York City, which understand because it's a very controversial release. So yeah, definitely interesting compilation if you want to get a good best of John Lennon. Then we get one of my favorite hip hop records of all time. This is Donuts by Jay Dilla. Story of this record was Jay Dilla, of course, influential hip hop producer, worked with the Roots, worked with Tribe Called Quest, worked with a lot of people, and this record he was making while he was dying in the hospital. He died at the age of 32. He died right after this record came out. I mean, this is a double record, has two LPs, and I think it's such a classic record. R.I.P. to Jay Dilla. I mean, this record, the stuff he was sampling and how he sampled it, it's pretty crazy. So one of the greatest talents of all time. Now we're going into my Jimi Hendrixes. I have a lot of Jimi Hendrix. So let's start off. I've not listened to this record. This is Paris 67. This is a live recording. It comes from a bootleg. This was released for Record Store Day. I really want to check it out because a lot of live Hendrix stuff is really good. So, yeah, I do need to check this out soon. I believe it comes on. I don't know if it can pick up on it well. I think I might have to turn around on blue vinyl. So, I should check this one out because I do hear that it's pretty good. This is his first posthumous release. This is Cry of Love. This has the song Angel on it, which I think is very good. One of his best songs. Really beautiful song. Besides that, nothing too much to write home about. I got this record for free. And opens up a lot of photos with him. But it's Jimi Hendrix, and just the more Jimi Hendrix you can have, the better. So yeah, very good record. Cry of Love. Then we have, oh boy, this is probably my least favorite Hendrix record, but saying that he only made, my least favorite Experience record, but they only made 3 and they're all classics, so if I had to pick a least favorite, it would be this. This is Axis Bold as Love. This record, open it up, has all this stuff. This record has so many classics. This is the one with Little Wing, If 6 Was 9, Castles Made of Sand, Bold as Love. So many classic songs. I think compared to, I think Our Experience is my favorite record, and then Electric Ladyland, which I do need to get on vinyl, are my favorites, but this is still a very classic record. Also an incredible album artwork of him in Experience. Then we have probably his most famous record. This is Are You Experienced? This is the debut record. So many classic songs. This is the US version. This is a reprint. I know the UK version has a different artwork. I believe different track listing. But this is just a very great record. I love this record so much. And so I highly recommend checking this out. Are You Experienced? One of the classic records of the 60s. And then rounding up the Jimi Hendrixes, I believe, yeah. So we have, this is Experience Hendrix. This is the best of Jimi Hendrix. Sorry, I was blanking out there. Just the greatest hits compilation. A lot of the stuff I have on studio records. The only record I really am looking for is what's it called? Why am I blanking out about it? Is Electric Ladyland, because that's my favorite Hendrix, one of my favorite Hendrix records. That or Our Experience, that changes pretty every day. I think Our Experience is my favorite, but Electric Ladyland's a close second. So yeah, solid greatest hits collection if you want to get the best of. Now we're gonna go to one of the most underrated records of all time, in my opinion. This is Church of Anthrax by Terry Riley and John Cale. John Cale, member of the Velvet Underground, left after White Light White Heat. We'll see Velvet Underground later on in the series. But he collaborated with famed composer Terry Riley, best known for In C. This record is really classic. The opening Church of Anthrax is one of the most like insane songs of all time. I mean, you got the keyboards going everywhere. Just it's such a vibe. Whole record is so definitely a very interesting one to listen to. Simple black vinyl. So I highly recommend checking this record out. This record, you will not be disappointed by this record. In my opinion, one of the most underrated records of all time. No one really talks about this. A lot of people talk about like the stuff he put out afterwards, like Paris 1919, for John Cage. Oh no, John Cale, not John Cage. Way different people, but yeah. Now we got this is rounding out the J's before we get into. I only have a couple K records. This is After Bathing at Baxter's by Jefferson Airplane. I used to have Serial Stick Pillow and I sold it, but I kept this record because I love this record. This is a really weird, wild record. This came out the same year as Serial Stick Pillow, but this record is just wild. I love this record so much, and I kind of afterwards they did change it up with Crown of Creation and Volunteers, but this record is just so wild. So yeah, good record. Then we're gonna go to the K's. I have 2 K's and they're both modern releases. This is I need to get more from this band. This is King Gizzard Lizard Wizard. This is, I love to say this is my favorite record by them, but that changes a lot. Nonagon Infinity, Microtonal Banana, Polygon Wanaland, Fishing for Fishy, those are all up there. But I think this is probably my favorite. Head On Pill, this is such a great opener. And then everything. So it also comes on this insane colored vinyl. Just look at that. And King Gizzard and Lizard removed all their stuff from Spotify. So unless I want to listen to it on YouTube or bootleg it, then this is really all I got. But I do want to get more of them because I do love this band. Also, that's an incredible album artwork. So rounding out the case, we got this record. It's made by 2 of my favorite rappers. 2 very different personalities, but they came together. I know they used to be friends. They've had a big falling out since, but this record is just a classic. Kids See Ghosts by Kanye West and Kid Cudi. I want to get more from Kanye West and Kid Cudi. So I want to get Man on the Moon Part 1 from Kid Cudi. I want to get so much stuff from Kanye, or Ye. I still call him Kanye. Great track listing. This is a very psychedelic, like, filled rap record. I mean, I don't know if you can see the vinyl all that well. I mean, it comes on this beautiful pink vinyl, seafood transparent. So yeah, just a great record by Kanye and Cudi. Kids See Ghosts. That was the name of their group. I know there's plans to make a sequel. I don't know. They ever came to fruition. Of course, they've had a massive falling out since. So that's K. That's G through K. We're probably gonna do L. We'll probably do L through N probably next time, and then we'll do P, and then afterwards we'll figure it out. So I had a great time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys next time.